Friends, I am William Jansen, Superintendent of Schools of the City of New York. The film you are about to see tells the story of how the schools and community in one school district are working together to build brotherhood. Their intervisitation program involves children and adults of different racial and cultural backgrounds. This partnership of all races, creeds, and colors has made an entire school community a happier place in which to work and to live.
New York has stood for several hundred years and still stands as the gateway to freedom and opportunity for thousands who seek to rebuild their lives in a land where man has worth and labor has dignity.
Who among you can give some of the reasons why people left their native lands to come to the United States of America?
Many came because they wanted to be free to worship as they chose. Some came because they wanted to get away from the tyranny and cruelty of kings. My people are free now. They are proud to be Americans. But the Negroes were brought here by wicked men who traded in slaves. Japan is very overcrowded. The people have little land, so many Japanese came to this country because they wanted to farm. We came a little while ago from Puerto Rico. My father wanted work. He wants to give me and my brother a good education.
People from every nation settled the United States of America. The 8 million who live in New York City today are the descendants of original settlers or newcomers from all the corners of the earth. There are more Italians in New York City than in Florence, Italy, more Chinese than in many a town in China, more Negroes than in Monrovia, Liberia. It is hard to weld a city or a nation into unity when its people come from so many different backgrounds. Every nation has its own customs, habits, dress, manners, language. These create differences that are barriers to easy understanding. People settle in close communities of their own racial, religious, or national group and tend to continue their own mode of life. To realize the great American goal, democracy, each citizen must wipe out his ignorance and his vanity in thinking himself better because of color, religion, or money. He must recognize that it is only what a man is that counts. All mankind, white or black, yellow or red, loves and suffers, hopes, dreams, and creates in the same human way.
I am a member of the Community Committee of School Districts 12, 13, and 14. Our Community Committee is dedicated to the ideal that all men are brothers. Peoples of more than 50 nationalities of every race, color, creed live in our area.
There was a job for these citizens and teachers to work on together to cut down the racial, social, and economic barriers that divide neighbor from neighbor. An intervisitation program involving children and parents was proposed. Under the leadership of the Assistant Superintendent of the district, citizens and local school board members, social workers and librarians, clergymen of many denominations, teachers and principals, businessmen and parents organized the community committee and began the intervisitation program in 1952. The Council of Presidents of Parents Associations cooperated enthusiastically in the proposed program.
The presidents of the Parents Associations of the 30 schools in our area undertook to bring together socially people of the varied racial and national backgrounds. Through understanding among the adults, we hoped to reduce prejudice and hostility.
At the monthly meeting of the principals with their assistant superintendent, they discussed an intervisitation program.
We principals know that most schools in New York City are representative of a cross-section of its population. For the intervisitation program, however, we must plan to pair schools where housing and other factors have tended to separate people on the basis of race or nation of origin. We must help these children and parents to build friendships with people in other communities.
The program began with 2 schools. The next year, 4 schools participated. The following year, 10. Now, 14 schools are intervisiting. In every case, a school in a predominantly white neighborhood was paired with a school in a predominantly Negro area. All was not smooth at first, when in each school, principals and parents met to discuss the project.
I believe everyone is all right, but what about the social implications of all this mixing children together? Why should I make my child believe that he is going to be accepted when I know that when he grows up he's going to be hurt? I might as well spare his feelings by letting him live with his own now and help him later not to be hurt too much.
In each set of paired schools, the parents met with the principals, teachers, and community leaders. They discussed their doubts and finally decided that the project was worth undertaking. In homes throughout the community, hundreds of parents and children discussed the intervisitation program. In each home, many problems, values, and benefits were reviewed. Some children suffered mild anxiety. Leslie had never known a child of another race. "Do you think the girls from Harlem will like me?" she asked her mother. Raleigh had never visited children outside his own area. When he heard that he was to meet children in a white neighborhood, he too was concerned. Teachers, sensitive to the anxieties of children, planned carefully to overcome them. The children of each class were paired to become pen pals. The buddies corresponded and exchanged photographs. plans were made to visit each other's schools and neighborhoods. At last came the long-awaited day. Raleigh's and Leslie's classes met, and an intriguing game, Find Your Pen Pal, was played.